we'll let it settle for a few minutes. Let the boys pile up here.
Let the boys pile in.
Let the boys
Gunner
pile in. Come on.
Gunner informed me that he is at his sister's volleyball game or something, and that apparently the school Wi-Fi has Twitch blocked. So he can't get
Wow.
on. Yeah.
Gunner, sounds like a whole lot of excuses out there.
That's what I told him, and I said that the boys were not going to be too happy about it, and he made sure to apologize. He said he won't. He said he won't miss next week. So I was like,
That
I don't know.
sounds like a whole lot of excuses.
I'm not sure if that's acceptable, Gunner, but I'll definitely make sure to send this clip over to him.
I think last Friday we had to boot somebody from the comment section. That was the first.
Really?
Hey, Gutsy, did they say that Bo Nix is going to be playing?
Yeah, I think he's going to be playing.
Bo Nixon?
Bo Nix.
Roberto Jr. What's up, buddy? Gutsy's been printing me money recently. Vibes are high in the comments already.
Oh, yeah, vibes high. Bees. Let's go.
I mean, 2 5-0 days this week. I actually happened to tell you both those days. I missed the middle one, so.
No way. You missed the losing day?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I think I tailed like 1 or 2, but I missed the massacre as a whole.
Yeah, that was a 2-7 massacre. We lost 5.7 units that day, but we won 9 units the day before, and then yesterday we turned around and won like 7 more units. It's just insane. Mikesh, what's up? What's up, man?
We've had a week.
No, we've had ourselves a fucking week, that's for sure.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Boys piling in. Come on in, fellas.
All right, Amanda, welcome.
Hey, sorry, I was in the other link that was emailed.
No, you're good. We're just getting rolling here.
Even more funny, I was told it was yesterday. So yesterday, that's why Max emailed you. I was like, on for 20 minutes. I'm like, nobody's here. So we're here, though. We made it.
Yeah, so we used to do it on Wednesday, and then we were like, why are we doing it on Wednesday? We always talk about Thursday Night Football, so let's just do it before Thursday Night Football. Because nobody likes the Amazon pregame show anyways, so, we'll let them come watch our pregame show.
Yeah, no one
that works for me.
But yeah, we were just getting started, so I guess to everybody watching, we got Amanda Vance, huge special guest. Thanks, Amanda, for coming on. And then we got 3 of the usual suspects. We got Gutsy Picks Cash up in the top right. Lloyd Locks and the resident SoBet parlay prop god, Triple B. Big brain bets. So we're going to get rolling here with Thursday Night Football. Big game tomorrow. Cold game up in Green Bay. It's the Packers with the visiting Titans. Hey, we're here live from Nashville in the SoBet house. Go Titans. Go Titans. I'm a Pats fan, but we got to say go Titans, right? We're in Nashville.
We do not have to say go Titans.
Hey,
Definitely.
Come on.
Zero reason why we had to say go Titans.
Hey, we got to shout out the Titans. We're in Nashville. But I'm actually on the Packers. But, hey, Guts, we'll just start with you. I know we were talking about the game earlier. You've got a lot of strong opinions on this one. I have some differing opinions.
Sure.
Let's go. Have at it. What's gonna happen?
It's gonna be pretty simple. I'm gonna say simple because I don't have a bet on the game itself. I didn't take either side, but I do like Nashville. I love the Titans here. I really, really do love the Titans. And I think that everyone's going to be all over the Green Bay Packers because they finally won a game last week. But let's not forget, they were down 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. It's not like they won convincingly in any way, shape, or form. They had some balls bounce their way finally. They were due for some positive regression. They finally hit them. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I lay in the Titans here. But I have 3 picks in this game, and it's all prop bets. I got Aaron Rodgers over 33.5 pass attempts, and people were already freaking out that it's windy. He's not going to throw the ball. No. This is the two-time back-to-back MVP. He's going to go out there. They're going to throw the ball because the Titans have the best rush defense in the NFL. While they rank 31st in passing yards allowed. Their secondary is fucking terrible. It's lost. It's going to continue to be lost against the back-to-back MVP. And I also have Derrick Henry over 99.5 rushing yards because of how dog shit the Packers rush defense is, ranking almost dead last. It ranks 30th in DVOA. It's terrible.
That's
in Rush
bold.
DVOA. And then my last one is Lazard. Exactly what Second Amendment said in the comments. Shout out Second Amendment. But Lazard over 46.5 receiving yards. Love those plays in tonight's game. And I do think that the Titans, Vrabel's a monster as a dog. And I think tonight they're going to cover and they might even win the damn game.
All right, shout out Second Amendy. Hey,
Shout
Big
out
Brains,
Second.
we'll take it down to the left corner. I've seen some head nods. I've seen some grimaces. You know,
Yeah,
gutsy evokes everything, every emotion. But Triple B, what do you got?
yeah. I mean, I think it's ballsy taking the Derrick Henry rush yards over with 99% of the money on that singular prop. So I do think, yes, that I think it's going to be this is an under game. I think it's going to be a lot of like low scoring, slow possessions. And I think that the Titans are going to play a lot of cover two, stack the box. Their run defense has been phenomenal. And so that leads me to one of my props I like tonight. I'm taking Robert Tonyan over 3.5 receptions at plus money.
Okay.
I think you're going to see a lot of dump offs. Everyone's on the Watson
I think
train.
I know what one of those receptions is going to be. We'll save that for the ATD King in a little bit.
Exactly. And I'm rocking with the Packers -3 as well. I think a lot of people, I know you said everyone's going to want to be on the Packers tonight, but 57% of the tickets are already on the Titans, and the money's not necessarily following them either. So I think the sharps are rock with the Packers on this one. A lot of people, I don't think it was that impressive a win. The Cowboys are pretty fluky, 2 picks from Dak, but I think the Packers get it done. And I'm also rocking with Robert Woods' longest reception under 16.5. They got a couple guys coming back. He hasn't really been much of a factor. And again, I think they're going to want to pound the rock a lot tonight. So I just don't really see him being much of a factor at all in this one.
Okay, Lloyd, we'll just go down the ladder here. We'll save closing comments for Amanda.
That's right. As we should. This one's gonna be interesting, dude. I don't really see a way where you can kind of take the Titans tonight. Aaron Rodgers, back-to-back MVP. When he is down, he shows up, man. It's just do or die for their entire season. I mean, I think this is the game. They have to win this game. No questions about it. And either the Giants or the Packers win in Lambeau. Nobody else really wins there. So I do have 2 player props tonight. I do lean the Packers. I took the Packers -3. 1 unit play. And then 2 props that I love tonight. I believe in what Kenny said here, a lot of dump offs tonight. Give me Derrick Henry over 11.5 receiving yards tonight. I think that's just one screen pass waiting to happen. If the Packers defense has anything going for them, it's their front 4. So give me them to kind of get at Ryan Tannehill, which leads me to my second prop, which is Tannehill under 187.5 passing yards tonight. I like both those plays. Both those should hit. And then I like the Packers -3.
Love it. Amanda, let's hear it.
All right. I liked the Titans when they were +14 against the Chiefs Sunday Night Football a couple weeks ago, and they did that for me, and I was shocked because, Tannehill was out, and I was actually a Dolphins cheerleader in South Florida.
Gutsy? Gutsy's the biggest Dolphins fan you've ever met in your life.
In the world, actually, yeah.
Tannehill
Amanda,
was the quarterback. I don't know how he's going to do it. It's cold weather. I mean, it's windy, it's snowy, so I like fading the public. The public was leaning like 6% more on the Titans earlier. So I, just to play it safe though, said to take Packers money. I will say to take Packers money line right now, but I would probably lean towards 3. I did see it go to 3.5, but I would take it at 3. And I like, Jones is dealing with a shin injury. So just to make it fun, the odds are better. Anyway, I like AJ Dillon to score a touchdown. I think it's like +145. I don't mind that.
I'm all over Dillon as well.
2 of my favorite interviews I ever did was AJ Dillon and Alan Lazard. And Alan Lazard is a beast, but he's a beast against the Lions. I don't like him tonight. I would take Dillon over him. I think he's going to get a lot more carries because of what Aaron Jones is kind of dealing with. And because of the weather with the wind, the snow, it saw it go down to 40.5, and the public is heavily on the under. I still rode with the under. Thursday night games, I've been taking the over. Those have been hitting the last couple of weeks. But I think this might be more of a boring game because the wind and it snowed earlier today. It might snow during the game. But I'm going to go with the under on this one just because Thursday night football is bound to be boring again. And I think it might be tonight. So Green Bay under anytime AJ Dillon touchdown.
I love it. I'm on the same page. And a great overlooked point there. Ryan Tannehill, he's grew up in Miami. He's kind of soft. He can't play in the cold.
He's kind of soft.
He's a classic Dolphin. He's soft.
He's
he like
kind of soft.
Yeah.
Daniel's a softie.
he likes to
you
put
don't
down the
live
convertible, go to Nobu.
Not a classic Dolphin. You don't know anything
Get the
about
drop
Tanny.
top.
Tanny
Yeah,
Tanny
bring it
Time
out.
doesn't
Take
care
the
what
doors
the
off,
weather-
Coop. You know,
Tanny
get 'em
Time
all.
doesn't care what the weather is.
No,
Doesn't give
that's
a
a
damn.
great overlooked point, and I'm 100% on the same page. Do you remember the game? So I think, was it last year? Was it 2 years ago? I'm trying to look it up, but A.J. Dillon showed up to Lambeau in overalls, and I'm pretty sure it was negative weather, and he went out and like rushed for like 110 yards. A.J. Dillon loves the cold, and the Packers know that, and they're gonna ride him like a dog tonight. I swear to God, like 30. His total was 33.5. I hammered that on Monday. I saw that and was like, oh my God, like
That's
especially
not a
with
bad bet.
Jones's injury, they're gonna pound the rock with Dillon tonight.
Should
I
be
think
as
so.
easy as Brian Robinson's the other day. That was super easy. His was
What's
33.5. Brian Robinson's over on rushing that hit in the
we
first quarter.
smacked that.
Oh yeah. I was all over that as well.
bet-
But again, here we go, Gutsy, kind of pulling the strings here on the narrative of how tonight's gonna go. The Packers are gonna pound the rock. They're gonna pound the rock. They're gonna pound the rock,
They're gonna try
and
to.
they're gonna have a lot of red zone opportunities. And what are they gonna do? A little play action. Robert Tonyan, anytime touchdown. I love the play. I got it at like plus 280. I'm pretty sure it's gone down actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw it
love,
plus 310 on FanDuel.
Yeah, I love Robert Tonyan.
That's great.
I like the AJ Dillon one too because I do think they're gonna pound the rock with AJ.
We
Dillon,
hit the
especially-
Devonta on Monday. I was going nuts.
Oh, I bet.
Electric.
The
I
Anytime
don't
King was
remember-
kind of cold, but he's back in a big way. He's hot
I
right
remember
now.
this weird record about how Aaron Rodgers is like extremely better in weather that's like under 30 degrees.
Yeah,
I don't know
he's
what the
like
record
Tom,
is, but I-
northern
That's what
guy.
he was talking about.
Somebody said that since they won, and I'm usually like that. Like I think since they look great, I had them actually money line last week in overtime. I was freaking thrilled. But I think more so than them just like beating the Cowboys. Okay, now they're gonna lose. I think they figured out their offense and they know now run heavy with Dillon and Jones and a little play action. I think it might be more so than you think. It was just a shocking week. They might have started to figure out their offense and they might continue the streak. And I hope because I like rooting for Rodgers, but I think it might go the opposite. Whoever's the Titans.
I actually had a money line too, and I fell asleep on the couch when they were down 2 touchdowns. And I woke up at like 8:30 and was like in a daze, like looking at my action. I was like, "Oh my God, I missed the game of the year!" Like,
That's funny.
oh, so funny.
Great.
All right,
Be a
I
good
think
game.
we beat Thursday night into a dead horse. But let's move on. We got 2 like decently big NCAA games this weekend. I feel like we've had good slates every weekend, so we kind of deserve a bad slate this weekend. But the 2 big games are in the Pac-12. You know, nobody likes to watch Pac-12 games really, but we got USC and UCLA. That's the first big one. USC's favored 2.5-point favorites. I think it's at UCLA though, right? Oh, well, they play in the same stadium, right?
Yeah, it's like
All right, Gutsy. We'll start with you. I know you're a USC hater. I know they're on the list. They're on the Gutsy list.
Caleb
But
Williams is
let's
pretty
just
high
see.
up on that
We're just
list.
gonna ask you for shits and gigs. You know, who do you think's gonna
Come
win
on.
this game?
Bring it over here. Bring it over here. Listen, Caleb Williams, Lincoln Riley, 2 of the biggest scumbags in all of college football. If you're from Oklahoma, you hate them. If you're me, you also hate them. But that has nothing to do with this bet. This is an easy bet to make. Don't overlook it. UCLA last week, what'd they do? 20-point favorites against Arizona, and they lost outright. Why? It's a classic. They got caught looking ahead towards this game right here. USC missing their star running back. Their star wide receiver is also injured. Might not play, but definitely won't be 100%. UCLA is going to be able to run all over USC's trash-ass defense, especially their running defense that ranks 123rd in the country in rush success allowed. What is there, like 135 teams that get ranked? Chip Kelly in conference games right now. Chip Kelly in conference games as a 1 to 3 point underdog. 9-0-1 ATS. UCLA offense is so fucking elite. Top 10 rush, top 10 pass, top 10 offensive line. It's going to be able to give them enough time. UCLA money line is the play, no matter what. I love him in this spot. Regan Riley, fuck you, buddy. Give me UCLA and Chip Kelly, money line.
All right, we all knew that was coming, and big brains always follow suit. Here we go. We'll let you talk to it.
I'm right there with him. This line should be flipped, honestly. I think it should be -2.5, -3 for UCLA. I mean, this line is a joke. I mean, the entire Pac-12 is a joke, if we're being honest here. The WAC-12 is just a poverty conference. I mean, so I'm rocking with UCLA. I'm not going to repeat every statistic that Gutsy just said, but because that's pretty much half of what my analysis was. But UCLA, I'm taking them on the money line. I'm taking them plus the points. I'm taking them every way you can in this game.
Let's go.
Lloyd?
I'm the same thing, but I like the over too. I'll throw that in there. The over 77. There's going to be a billion points scored in this football game, just like there has been every year they play. Last time they played, it was 42-20 something last year in a UCLA dub. USC is better. Travis Dye actually might be playing in this game. I know Gutsy said he's going to be out. He might actually be able to play. Caleb Williams has been a stud, but I don't know. I've never been a DTR guy, but every time I bet against DTR, he goes off. So I'm sticking with DTR here. We're rocking with the Bruins.
All right, Amanda?
Wow.
I'm going to start by, I live in Columbus now, and I'm a Buckeye. So
shout out.
And toilet paper. Next week is the fun one. But yeah, I'm not touching this game, to be honest. I found trends with the teams I touched. So I would go USC though, just because as a money line favorite with odds of -130, I think I saw, or more, they have won in each 9 games. But then as a 2.5 favorite or more, they've only covered, they're like 5-5. But I'm going to take them to win at home. And when you think that it should be flipped and that the spread should be flipped, it's kind of what I thought with Texas last week, but didn't touch that one either. When you think it should be flipped, there's a reason that the spread is this way, and Vegas wants you to think that. And you guys and the public's heavily on UCLA too, so that's why. In a game like this, when it's too obvious and you think UCLA should win and the public's on UCLA, take USC. So that's who I would go with.
Yep, I love it. I had TCU money line, so we're in the same train of thought there. Gutsy shaking his head, doesn't know how it happened. Hey,
well, because that was a dog. That was a dog shit game, and Ewers is on the fucking list for the rest of my life.
That was a bad game.
Fuck Ewers.
I still think TCU is fraudulent.
Oh, they are big brains. They are so.
Keep saying it.
I think they're a good team. Don't get me wrong, but they're not a playoff team. Not that kind of.
They're gonna be.
Neither are these.
They might go in there, and then whoever plays them gets a first-round bye. So.
Yep.
I actually think USC might be better than TCU.
USC doesn't have a defense. Somehow,
yeah, but they can score at will.
But they play an SEC defense. They won't score at will.
Caleb Williams is an absolute gunslinger. If they were undefeated right now, he'd be leading the Heisman race.
If USC played TCU today, USC's winning that game.
I think so too.
Yeah, but
Max Duggan is not getting it done.
They've only covered half the time, so you go money line this week too. I think you can get them at what is it?
It's -134 is what I'm looking at.
Yeah, -130. I saw earlier. That's what I wrote down. I would just take a money line, play it safe, and then if you believe in the over, take the over, parlay it.
I think I'm going to.
It's Baylor. Baylor's the play.
I was about to say TCU probably loses this week, and we won't have to talk about it anymore.
All right, we're gonna mix it up a little bit because the next game is just another dog shit Pac-12 game that I don't want to talk about. Let's just go. Yeah. What's your play of the week? All right, play of the week. Nobody's really looking at it. Maybe you've kind of dusted one off here, off the shelves. You found a trend. You're seeing patterns. Gutsy. What's the play of the week?
So, I mean, I'm gonna be 100% honest here. I haven't capped the entire slate yet for college football, but when I did look at it earlier and just kind of did my light dusting to start the week, there was 2 plays that jumped out to me more than any of them right away. UCLA money line, and of course, fading fraudulent TCU. They're going to lose to Baylor. They're going to lose to Baylor this week.
Thank you, Gutsy. Let's go.
TCU and Max can go fuck themselves. I can't believe they're still winning ball games. And if Ewers wasn't a bum who just half the time has no idea what's going on the football field, I'm not even kidding. The guy looks like half the time he has no idea what's going on out there. Texas defense is so legit. They should have been able to win that game easily. And when fucking Max fumbled that ball and Texas returned it for a touchdown and still lost, Ewers is scum of the earth. He's on the list right there with Caleb Williams. But I love fading TCU this week. And I think UCLA is going to come out and fucking dominate USC. Dominate. Fuck you, Riley.
This was the first time we saw TCU play a starting quarterback for a full game. And Ewers made it seem like he's never played football before in his life. I mean, I still don't trust TCU's defense. They can't stop a nosebleed against backup QBs. They got lucky last week. Baylor's not even that great of a team either, but I still think there's a good chance they get exposed.
Facts.
Lloyd's on Baylor too?
Oh, I'm on Baylor heavy.
I'm riding TCU.
No. Baylor is the play.
Are you
for sure.
I'm conducting the train at this point.
I'm derailing that train. I'm gonna throw some
That
rocks.
train's getting blown off the track.
It's the train's on flat tracks going right through the desert. There's no way to derail it. There's no way to derail it. And the finish line's Levi Stadium.
Oh, the Bears derail it this weekend. That's what happens.
Speaking of the Bears, that's actually a play I like a lot this week. NFL looking at it. I like their team total over against the Falcons. That was a play. I haven't looked too much into the NFL slate a lot, but I mean, the Bears offense is like good now. Justin Fields is him. They got no weapons. They're still getting it done. And they're going up against a Falcons team that, again, their defense is shorthanded and bad. I think that a lot of points are going to be scored by this Bears team. I think Justin Fields is going to run all over them. I think the team total is at 22.
From the comments. Okay. Amanda, what's your play of the week?
All right, I'll give you 2 sneaky plays. So with the Buckeyes, I did it against Rutgers, and I did it with Indiana, and I like it again this week. Buckeyes, their offense looks great, but their defense, yes, they are making stops, but they're allowing the other team. You should see the team totals. I think I took Rutgers over, maybe it was 7, and then what's his name?
Smith and
Ibuka
Jigba?
the punt and muffed the return, and then they got it and they scored a touchdown. Then it was an easy field goal, solidified it. And same thing last week. There was a dumb play with Indiana that got it, but Buckeyes have been making special teams mistakes. Their defense is just okay. And then at the end of the game, if they are blowing them out, they've been, kind of chilling. So I like Maryland over 17.5 individually. I would totally nail that. It's been hit. That's a trend I've been following. And another thing, I'm going to Pittsburgh this weekend for the Bengals game. And TJ Watt's back. I had a money line last week. Are you a Bengals fan? No. Dude, I'm a diehard Steelers fan.
You're a Steelers fan.
I'm
kidding. I'm kidding.
Right. I haven't been taking us. The only time I did take us money line against the Saints because TJ Watt returning. And then I did take us week 1, thankfully. And then I went to the Browns Thursday night game where we lost, and I faded the public. Everybody was on Pittsburgh. I took the Browns, and I took the over, and both hit. So that was good. I haven't lost them. I stay away because I'm very biased. But I will say this week at home, TJ Watt is back. Minka is feeling good. Every AFC North, it's 5.5, I think. I would take the Steelers plus 5.5. Don't take a money line. But every AFC North game is tight, and I would take the under again. Even though the Bengals offense has been rolling and even Kenny Pickett's starting to connect a little bit, I would go under, and I would take Steelers plus 5. Yeah, Bengals may win, but look at the last game. It was 5 fucking field goals that were missed back-to-back and extra points, and it'll be close. It'll be gritty. It's in Heinz Field.
We were talking about that earlier, that game.
It's in Heinz Field. We got our primetime game taken away from us because we suck. So we're pissed off. We win the next 3. We're only 3 games back of Baltimore. We win the next 3. We haven't played Baltimore yet either. Division games are important. The Bengals, by the way, I don't mark my word, but I think this is accurate. I don't think they've won a division game yet. They lost to us. No, they've lost every division game they've played. And I'm not saying we're going to win, but I think it's going to be close. And we know the Bengals very well. They owned us last year. I think we keep it close, just like we did week 1. So 5 is a lot, especially home dogs. I love it. So that's what I would take.
No, I mean, we were talking about the game. The AFC is wide open. The AFC is wide open. Really, the Steelers can still make the playoffs.
Dude,
no.
tell me if I'm wrong on this.
Dude, the only team that's out is the Raiders.
Yeah, I think that's it. Dude,
what do we think about Derek Carr crying at the press conference?
I respect it.
Dude, I don't care what people say. I love Derek Carr.
Dude,
I love
me
Derek
too.
Carr.
you know
Me
what I
too.
said? I was watching that live. I was like, shut up, dude. Shut up.
Really?
Like, nobody
No,
cares.
I like
Dude,
it.
go
I
win
care.
football games. Derek Carr
Well,
does this
yeah.
every year. He puts on
Well,
eye
no,
black.
he-
He puts on mascara. He goes
Hey.
and cries at the press conference. His makeup runs. Dude, go win football games. No one cares.
Trying.
Literally.
Yeah. Trying.
Dude,
Can't
every
get it
year he's
together.
crying about something. It's like, dude, I don't care. Go win a football game.
Josh McDaniels might be a fraud.
Dude, Josh McDaniels is a actually,
He
no.
is a fraud. No,
Actually,
you
almost
can't
said
say
it.
that.
Whoa.
No, you're saying
No.
he's
He's
a fraud.
No.
He's a
Josh
fraud.
McDaniels,
Said it.
he's a culture guy. It
He's
takes
a
a couple
culture
years.
fraud.
It takes a couple years. He
Josh
comes,
said that.
What do you mean it takes a couple of
Yeah.
years?
God.
yeah, he comes from the Bill Belichick School of Coaching Excellence. It's a culture
How
thing.
much-
He's
how
got to
much
he's got to
culture
take
do you
some
need
time
how
to
much
put his
talent
hands on the
on that team?
program.
Off the speed,
Get
just
the
like
right
last
players
time.
in the locker room. Get
Josh
Derek Carr the
McDaniels is
fuck
a
out of
scumbag.
there.
He's a known scumbag. He fucked
What-
over the
if
Colts.
Derek
and this
Carr's
is
not good
fucking
enough for that
absolutely
team, then
hitting
who
him back.
is?
Derek Carr's not. I don't think he's like
Who are they
respected
putting
in that
who are
locker
you
room,
getting that's
dude.
not Derek Carr? Who are you
Dude,
getting
I
that's
don't
not
think Derek Carr's respected in that locker room. I think people go out there and they're like, Derek Carr's a good quarterback, but he's a fucking little bitch. Like, that's what people think on his team.
Dude,
I
it's
don't
their
think so.
defense.
No.
Their defense is atrocious.
Devontae Adams loves him. He's the whole reason he went there.
Mhm.
No, Devontae
he
Adams went there because he got fucking paid, dude.
No,
Well,
he got
he
paid
could've gone
and
by anybody.
he could have gone
No.
anywhere.
Could've
Got
gone
paid
anywhere.
anywhere.
It's like
You're
Greg
right.
Norman. Like, Greg Norman went to the Saudis because he got fucking paid. Like,
Dude, Greg Norman's
Yeah.
about to get fired.
yeah, I
Greg
did see
Norman's
that,
about to get
actually.
fired. That's
I did see
crazy.
that, actually.
I want to say something real quick, Amanda.
Mhm.
Amanda, are you kidding me? You were a goddamn Starbright, and you're a fucking Steelers fan. I'm
Well,
disgusted.
I gave fun fact, the Dolphin fan in here. My second year cheerleading, the
Yeah.
Dolphins. That was the last time the Dolphins went to the playoffs, and they went to Pittsburgh, and they got their asses beat because they're not a playoff team. So as much as I do think the Dolphins' offense is clicking, I think they're not familiar with the playoffs. Tua is, yes, he's been performing. He's injury prone. They're unpredictable, and I'd be very, very excited if I were you and they win one playoff game because I don't think they have much experience there. If they get there, that is. I mean, last week they were third in the division. They got lucky. I think the Bills will beat them in Buffalo, and I think their time, they will be close. They might be a wild card. I don't think they're going to win the division. But
He's about to get heated.
No, I don't even think they're going to make the playoffs.
We will win a playoff game.
I don't
You're
want
about
to
to
beat the
send
Bills.
Gutsy
I was
into a
born and
frenzy.
raised to root against
I don't even think
Florida
they're going to
teams.
make the playoffs.
We already beat the Bills, and we're only better since then. And the Bills are going straight
The
downhill.
Bills, because half of their defense was out. They were all completely beat up. If they just fucking snapped the ball and kicked the field goal, you would have
It was
lost.
like
You should have
week
lost to
3. They were
Baltimore.
fine.
You should have lost to
Gutsy,
Baltimore. You
I gotta
barely
hear.
beat-
Are you a Tuanon guy? Are you a big Tuanon guy?
We
Like
beat
he's your
Baltimore.
guy.
We were down 21 in the fourth quarter to Baltimore. We came back and beat the fuck out of them.
Can I
That's
say
what we're
one
gonna
thing?
do.
I look at teams sometimes, and you could say this about the Steelers when they were 11-0. People did, so I think about it with other teams now. Games, Miami could very easily be 3 and whatever. I don't even know what that math is. They could have very easily lost like 4 of those games. They didn't earn. Yes, they won them, but they got very lucky with a couple of those games. And you look at teams like Baltimore.
And they tried to kill their quarterback.
Yeah, you look at teams like Baltimore who blew a lead in the fourth quarter all these times. The Baltimore Ravens could very well be the freaking Eagles right now. So I'm saying, yes, they look great against the Browns.
Cincinnati should
They
be
look great
7-1.
The Dolphins should be 9-0. Our only 3 losses
Yeah.
are with a fucking backup.
Yeah, they'd be 9-0 if they didn't try to kill their quarterback and put him back out onto the field.
That was the scumbag fucking Bengals.
Scumbag
Hey, I got-
program
I got a
doesn't
stat for
protect
you,
their
Gutsy.
players.
I got a
As a
stat for
Steelers
you,
fan,
Gutsy.
you've
me-
been for
let me just
so
say-
long. I'm so sorry you have an injury-prone quarterback because it doesn't stop here. That's all I'll
Hey,
say.
Gutsy, do you know who the number 1 and number 2 most uncatchable targets for wide receivers are in the entire NFL? Whole league.
Johnson.
No, it's
No
Waddle
idea.
and Hill because Tua can't
Yes,
throw a
Waddle
ball
and
that's
Hill.
not
Oh,
completely
I
wide
thought
open.
you said like don't catch the ball.
I have
It
2
can't-
questions.
it's not even
for the chat.
possible to catch the ball. Like it's
I
just
have
a ball
2
that
questions for the chat. What duo of wide receivers leads the league in rushing and receiving yards and broke the record for most receiving yards by a duo through the first 10 weeks? And what quarterback leads the
Gutsy,
NFL in pass rate?
you're showing how
quarterback
great
is-
their wide receiving core is, not how great your garbage quarterback is.
What
All right,
do you
anyone
want
can
to do?
throw.
Who
Anybody
ranks
can
first
throw to the
in
wide
NFL?
open guy.
Who ranks first in
Hey,
the NFL
Gutsy,
in pass
Tyreek
rate?
Hill
Who ranks
literally
first
came
in
out and
pass
said
rate?
that he
Who? What quarterback? What quarterback?
Tua looks so good because Tyreek Hill can intercept the ball from the defense when Tua throws it. That happened like twice.
Tua is like 20-5 as a starter. That goes back 2 years. That's without our fucking wide receivers.
Guy can win football games.
Guy knows how to win.
He's a product of his team.
Defense wins championships, and
Kirk
unfortunately,
Cousins would look better than Tom Brady out there with those two guys.
System quarterback.
Kirk Cousins would look like the best quarterback of the year.
In the NFL. What are we even talking about right now?
A lot for me with the over because not only do they put points up, but they allow even the fucking Bears to put up 40 points. So whoever they puts up in the Lions, my God, they have no defense. Defense wins championships. When it comes to the playoffs, they're going to face a team like Buffalo that stops them and outscores them. That's my.
You mean Buffalo that we held to 19 points?
Their whole team was fucking injured. Like, did you see that? Not one cornerback. Not one cornerback.
People got to stop saying that about the Bills. Yeah, the Bills are injured, but dude, they're injured every week.
Yeah.
Listen,
Bills go downhill fast.
Yeah, they're hurt. Yeah.
When we had Teddy Bridgewater, we lost 40-17 to the Jets with Teddy Bridgewater. Do you think that happens with Tua? Fuck no. We lost to the Vikings by 1 possession without Tua. We lost to who the fuck was
you lost to Cincinnati pretty bad without Tua. I'll just throw that out there.
No, we lost to Cincinnati, and fucking Teddy Two Gloves had a chance to win the game with 2 minutes left, and he threw an interception because he's a bum.
Gutsy, I've told you this before.
There's Tua, and Teddy Two Gloves is like a step below him.
Next coming years to build your team up, and you're gonna have to pay people big money, so you better win it now. And also, you guys have this mentality. Joe Philbin, Adam Gase, those are the coaches when I was there. You guys have one bad season. Brian Flores was the best thing I think that ever happened to your team. Yes, McDaniel looks like he's gonna go after your 7-year-old. He's comes off a little creepy to me, but he does nothing wrong. You guys are gonna Stephen Ross.
Amanda, that was
throwing strays at McDaniel.
That was fucking awesome.
Oh, that was
bad owner. I think you guys.
These are all. I mean, I am absolutely just discrediting every point all of you are bringing up. You say Tua's dog shit. He leads the league in passer rating. You say our wide receivers are dog shit. We lead the fucking league. We broke the record for most receiving yards by a duo.
No, your wide receivers are the whole team. Your wide receivers are the team. It's the whole point. That's the whole point.
That's football.
But no comment about your coach being a little creepy there, Gutsy.
One question for you: how good are the Bills without Josh Allen?
Coach like 7-year-olds, you don't want to talk
Please
about.
Please tell me. And tell me, why does Josh Allen have 4 red zone interceptions the last 2 weeks? Please tell me, how many does Tua have? Please.
We're not talking about Josh Allen versus Tua. And if we really want to do that, Josh Allen clears him by levels.
No,
I mean,
you guys are bringing up that the Dolphins are nothing without their wide receivers. What are the Bills without Josh Allen? They're nothing. They're literally nothing. That's how
okay, but I'm
works.
saying for all the Tua people, you could take Tua and throw in Kirk Cousins, and they'd probably get better.
That's another starting quarterback, though. That's different. That's
what I'm saying. Tua's not this MVP, and not even not a chance. Tyreek wins MVP before he does.
But the thing is, Tua still won games before these guys. He was still winning games last year and 2 years ago.
Against what was one good team that he's beaten?
One good team is all that matters now. Any win in the NFL is hard to get, and it's all. You listen to Aaron Rodgers talk. Any win in the NFL is hard to get. It's the hardest league to win and consistently. And the fact that you're trying to take wins away from Tua is absolutely.
No one cares about a Week 16 win against Detroit, who's trying to lose to get a better draft pick.
Yeah, but the Dolphins finished last year like 7-0, right?
What is happening here? Rattled off 7 wins in a row.
Gutsy. I've said it before. And I'll say it again. There's a lot of games left. You're looking at the front door. You're looking at the Bills and the Jets who are knocking on the front door.
We have the hardest schedule.
The back door's wide open. Bill Belichick and the Patriots have a winning record. The back door's wide open, baby.
Pressure's in first place.
The Pats are going to win the AFC East.
I think is actually fraudulent. I think the Dolphins are still a good team, but an actual fraudulent team, I think, is the Giants. I mean, they got just a cupcake schedule. Whenever they're going to come into the playoffs and just get absolutely train wrecked.
That's
I don't know.
That's a fact,
dude.
I think they're fraudulent.
Yeah, but Saquon's that guy.
Yeah,
Saquon is him.
Danny Dimes is playing really
Saquon is
good,
him.
dude. Top 10 QBR in the league. I mean, I'm just saying that defense is solid.
Danny Dimes, when he gets forced to pass, literally last week, I think it was, Dable said, what are you going to do? Or like they said, what are you going to do if Danny Dimes has to pass like over 28 times? And he said, I have no idea.
Well, the thing is, I think the NFC is
take away the run.
The NFC is garbage across the board. Like what? Who's the best team in the NFC? The Vikings. Like the Giants could beat them on any like given Sunday.
Yeah, but all it takes is a good run defensive team, and I think they fall apart.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
I mean, like even like the Bucks, like they have looked awful all year, but they have a decent run defense that I think could be enough to just smack them.
Would you buy on the Dolphins or sell? Last question before we wrap this up. We got one from the comments. Would you buy on the Dolphins or sell? Big Brains, we'll start with you.
I'd buy. I like hating on Tua, but I don't think they're a horrible team. I like ripping on Tua. I don't think he's him, but I still think that, what's the buy? Like that they make the playoffs?
Yeah, I think buy means you think their stock is going to go
up in the next couple of years, though, right?
No. This year. This year.
I think they make the playoffs. I don't think they get past any of the big dogs in there, but I think they can win a game or so depending on where they finish.
All right, so you're buying.
I'm buying.
Lloyd?
Yeah, dude, I would buy too. I actually like Tua. I think Tua is really good, man. I don't think you can just plop a quarterback in there and those guys produce at the same caliber. I mean, Tyreek Hill would win MVP before Tua. I agree with that, but I would 100% buy. I think the Dolphins can make a deep run in the playoffs. I really do.
All right, Amanda?
I'd buy them and sell them before the season's over because I will say, being from South Florida, cheering for the Dolphins, everybody gets so hyped because every year they start 3-0 and the Dolphins are winning the Super Bowl, and then they're just.
That's true. That's facts.
We're 9-3.
And you know what? I just think listen, they lost some draft picks coming up. I know they picked up they have some people in return, but I just think all of they are one injury away from being horrible, whether that's Tua or Tyreek Hill. I would say as a Steeler fan, we went 11-0 and I was bragging. I was like, we're the best. And you guys won 6 games for the first time, to this point in like 25 years. That's great. But stay humble because when you play the Chiefs or the Bills, you get paired with even Baltimore first round, you're out.
Peg them back a notch. Peg them back a notch, Amanda. Classic.
The next
hey, act like you've been there, Dolphins fans.
The Dolphins beat Baltimore in a playoff game.
All right, Gutsy, are you buying or selling?
Am I buying or selling? I'm buying every piece of stock I can fucking buy. I mean, this is ridiculous that we're even. And I also want the record for Big Brains here. I also want to put this out the record. The last 2 years, actually, you could go back 6 years ago when Tua was a freshman at Bama, and everything was almost the stars were aligning, like the Dolphins were going to take him. And I was like, essentially praying to any god that's in the world that we don't take Tua. And then for the past 2 years, I've been begging that we get rid of Tua. So I've also never been a Tua guy. But Tua has clearly gone. He's jumped leaps and bounds this year that no one thought he would be this good. He still continues to lead the league in passer rating, continues to lead the league in passing accuracy. Doesn't matter how deep it is. He can throw the deep ball. He continues to prove that, even though people try to say he doesn't. Well, he does. Watch one Dolphins game. He throws at least 150-yard bomb a game to somebody.
To Tyreek standing by himself.
What?
To Tyreek standing by himself. He still has the number 2 top wide receivers that have just uncatchable targets. That means he threw the ball, and it wasn't even to where they could like make a crazy catch or anything.
Somebody goes Dolphins equal FTX.
Yes.
That is choice. We have gone too far about the Dolphins hate now.
All right, we'll wrap it. We'll wrap it up. Amanda, thank you so much for coming on. This has been a blast. Amanda. Thank you for throwing shade at the Dolphins fans. Somebody needs to do it. Somebody needs to do it. Somebody actually needs to get paid. You should get paid to do it.
I was a Dolphin cheerleader. I think they have a bad organization. I don't think they have the guys up top that do what they need to do to win. I've seen, They're like the new Patriots. Sorry, but the sketchy
Whoa.
shit. That's
Hey,
been
whoa,
going
whoa,
Oh!
whoa.
No. Don't you dare compare us to that scumbag cheating.
The new Patriots. The new Patriots.
To say,
I
oh,
wanna say a thing.
72, that was 50 years ago. Do something,
I
be
wanna say-
relevant. People will take you more
No,
seriously.
you bring it up. No, 73. We won it in 73. Won 72. Then we went back to back. Don't forget it. I want to say real quick. We turned that Trey Lance deal into literally 4 first-rounders. We're not a bad organization. We're a bunch of fucking geniuses. You're going to see Chris Greer and the boys in the Super Bowl. If it's not this year, it'll be next year because we don't give a fuck anymore. All we care about is winning, spending money, and making it to the Super Bowl.
All right, the new Patriots, though. We have to talk about that one.
No.
Yeah, I was on your team until you brought up the Patriots. The Patriots won 7 Super Bowls in the last 20 years. Like,
they cheated and won 6 of them.
They surpassed.
Tom went to 10 Super Bowls, 13 AFC championships. The Dolphins aren't even going to sniff that. They're not even going to sniff it. They're not even going to be in the same.
I would watch. I would choose your words carefully. Hey, John, clip this too.
They're not even going to be in the same state to catch a whiff if there was a hurricane and it blew the Patriots' success over to the Dolphins for them to even smell. Yeah, they're not even going to be in the state next to that.
There ain't going to be a deflate gate. It's going to be nothing but clean football for the Miami Dolphins because that's what we do. We respect integrity. We respect integrity of the game. Unlike those scumbags up in Foxborough. Amanda, as a former Starbright, can I get a fins up from you, Amanda?
Come on. There it is.
Amanda?
There it is.
Amanda.
I don't root against my team. I'm just like, they give fans, in my opinion, just enough hope every year just to like kill them. It's almost worse than having no hope at all. So that's just like kind of where I stand,
We also just made the trade one of the best linebackers in the NFL. I want to bring that up as well, but that's fine. That's fine. You're a former Starbright. You don't want to give me a fins up. I'm a little bit disappointed.
No, she gave it to you. She gave it to you. Yeah.
I can't see it.
Do you have the Twitch pulled up?
Fins up, baby.
All right. Thanks, guys.